What's that? You're an executive at YouTube and you want to remain anonymous? And you want to talk to me about copper? Oh, you want me to spread news that there's... Oh, God, yeah. Okay. Okay, yeah, I get you. Bye. Sorry, anonymous phone call there from a guy up in YouTube who wants to remain anonymous, who says, don't listen to people on YouTube who say they have phony phone calls. YouTube lawyer my ass. Hey guys, me-ho Superzoro, thank you very much for tuning in. It's time. I knew this would happen. I said this from the start. La 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 la. I'm so happy. So, right. It's still bleak. It's still a weird looking future. It's gonna be rocky. It's gonna be weird. But FTC have come out and said, hang on a minute, whoa. That isn't what we said. Here's some more info for you on exactly what we mean for kids content. And it's like what I said in my last video, but I need to make this video just to clarify a few points. First of all, a lot of people are reaching out to me and asking, is their channel kid friendly? I can't answer that question. I'm not a lawyer for one. I don't want to get in trouble for you guys and get you guys in trouble for my misinformation. So please don't ask me in the comments or contact me on social media to ask me that question, because I just can't answer it, guys. Only you know your channel audience, only you can see your analytics. I know from looking at my channel analytics that over 70% of my audience are ages between 18 and 35. So, with that information, I know that there's not many unlike 13-year-olds watching my channel, which is good news. There's only about 5% of them. And that isn't a problem. That is not a problem to me, because I can't control who watches my videos, and that is what the FTC is saying in its new guidelines. So, just to clarify, the FTC released a statement yesterday, well, it was actually on the 22nd at 12:56 p.m. American time, by Kristen Cohen, the Assistant Director in Division of Privacy and Identity Protection for the FTC. They've basically come out and said, look, there's been some confusion, and they want to clarify for us, which is great. So they give us a recap on the whole copper thing, and how it applies, and then we go into the how channel owners can determine if their content is directed to copper. So it is directed to children, and therefore under copper. They're now saying that under copper, there is no one-size-fits-all answer about what makes the site directed to children. But we can offer some guidance. To be clear, your content is considered directed to children. So it isn't considered directed to children just because some children may see it. My point exactly, I can't control who comes to my channel and watches my videos. The only thing I can control is how I present the video. I don't go out of my way to present these videos for a younger audience. You can tell that by the way I speak. I sometimes make the odd little swear word, and while you guys consider me family friendly, which I am, I don't go out of my way to be child friendly. I'm friendly to everyone, if that makes sense, and that's what the FTC is saying. However, if your intended audience is kids under 13, you're covered by copper and have to honour the rules agreements. Fair enough. The rules set out additional factors that the FTC will consider when determining whether your channel is a child directive. The subject matter, of course. Visual content. The use of animated characters or child-orientated activities and incentives. The kind of music or other audio content, the age of the models, the presence of children or child celebrities who appeal to children, language or other characteristics of the site, whether advertising that promotes or appears on the site is directed to children. Again, I have no control over that at all. YouTube puts their adverts on my channel. And they've got to be a competent, reliable, empirical evidence about the age of the audience. So basically, I can't see if someone is underage watching my channel. And again, I can't be held liable for that, because that's YouTube's issue, not me as a creator. That would go to YouTube, not me. And other than that, I don't aim my content at under 13s. I think my channel is pretty much aimed at the adult collectors market, which always has been, and you can tell from the comments that a lot of you here aren't young kids. Most of you are adult collectors like me that have got your own families. We've had many discussions about things like that. So it's great that this has come out now and clarified a few things. The determination of whether content is child-directed will be clearer in some contexts than others, but we can share some general rules of thumb. First, unless you're affirmatively targeting kids, there are many subject matter categories where you don't have to worry about copper. So basically they go on about things like if you're a travel channel, home improvement, home ownership, politics, finances. Obviously that doesn't fall under kids unless you're aiming it at kids, which you wouldn't be. The same would be true for videos aimed at high school or college students. But again, they're not under 13, they're not included under copper. On the other hand, if your content includes traditional children's pastimes or activities, it may be child-directed. Maybe. It doesn't say it is, it may be. It is literally all on a case-by-case basis. Second, just because your video has bright colours, animated characters, doesn't necessarily mean you're automatically covered by copper. While many animated shows are directed to children, the FTC recognises there can be animated programming that appeals to everyone. Like what I do here. Marvel Legends, Black Series, they're not things kids can afford. They're high-end collectibles, and are about £20 to £30 each sometimes. Kids can't afford that. The adults have to buy that for the kid, you know what I mean? So that's not something I'm aiming at a child. That's something I'm aiming at an adult collector. It even says on the back of the boxes for adult collectors. So I feel that I've got a little bit more cover here now, given this. And then they go on to say that you can actually check out the actual complaint they made against YouTube and the channels that were included. They included channels like Ryan's World, which is a young kid, and he's been on that channel since he was about 7 years old making videos. So he was a child star, and he's now a child star that other kids like, so therefore he's covered by copper. He's under copper. Same with like Cookie Swirl IRC. While she's a great YouTuber and she creates some great content, she's talking about preschool products. A preschool product is clearly aimed at a child under the age of 13. We're talking about Minnie Mouse blenders and little cars for kids, and they're clearly aimed at children. So I feel that my channel isn't directed to children, but could be classed as child attractive, which is a very different term. And there may be some videos on this channel that do fall under copper, so I'm going to go back through my entire back catalogue, which is about 3,000 videos, and I'm going to double check on what I feel could be technically classed as child directed. But I don't think there is. Everything I've done so far on this channel, I've not changed my style since I started. I don't go out of my way to use childish language. I present myself as an adult collector to an adult collector's market. While sometimes we review things that may be a little bit more basic toy element, I'm still talking to an adult collector at the end of the day, and I feel that's what makes this different. This also applies to people who do animation, gaming, because there's a lot of gaming out there like Resident Evil. A kid shouldn't be watching that anyway. So you know that's not going to be affected. Just because a kid's watching it doesn't necessarily make it a kid thing. Let's take Fortnite for example. Whilst yes, Fortnite is child attractive, a lot of kids do play it. Technically, they shouldn't be playing it because I think there's an actual, is it 13 and over to play Fortnite as well? Pretty sure there's an age limit. And not just that, it's available to everyone. It's attractive to everyone. It's like Disney. There are people like me that grew up with it and still enjoy Disney content to this day. That doesn't mean that the person who's made it is aiming it at small children under the age of 13. They're aiming it at fellow adults or fellow like-minded people that, like everyone, that is into that thing. So I think there's been a lot of fear-mongering on YouTube. A lot of these YouTube experts that give advice on how to grow your channel but give you no information on how to do so. And YouTube lawyers that have come out of the woodwork recently, leaving toll-free numbers down below for you to call. Pfft, cashing in on vulnerable people, and I hate that. That wound me up more than anything when I saw that guy's video. It's like, I had a phone call in the middle of the night. It was a YouTube executive. He wanted to remain anonymous. He talked to my lawyer. They said all this is going to happen on YouTube in 2020, and then gave no info. But People fall for that crap. People fall for that. So guys, I'm not going to go out of my way to be like some of the other YouTubers right now that are saying crazy things like, hey, if you're not 13 or over, get the fuck out of my channel, man. I'm not about that life. I'm going to keep creating my content as normal because I know in my heart of hearts who I'm aiming this content at. I know what's happening. And that whole thing about the penalties, by the way, people like Jangbricks and other big channels that have massive followings in the millions and are getting good money from YouTube, they could be the ones that get that $40,000 fine. It goes on how much money that video has made and how severe of a violation you have made. And they've also got to make sure that you understand that you violated the terms of COPPA. So they're not just going around going, 42,000 for you, 42,000 for you, 42,000 for you. That's not how it works. The rule allows for civil penalties of up to 42,000 per violation. But the FTC considers a number of factors in determining the appropriate amount, including a company's financial condition and the impact a penalty could have on its ability to stay in business. While Google and YouTube paid $170 million, in another COPPA case settled this year, the operator paid a total civil penalty of just $35,000. There's a lot of fear-mongering going on, guys. I've left a link to the FTC's latest update in the description below. Check it out. Look at your own channels and make your own decisions. Me, in my heart of hearts, I feel my channel is not child-directed. It could be child-attractive, but it's not child-directed. And that's where the issue lies. It's still a grey area, and it's still in the works. FTC are accepting public comment right up until the 9th of December. We've still got another week, 2 weeks, to get comments to them. 2 weeks to get comments to them. Make sure you leave comments on the FTC website. Don't be disrespectful, please. Please don't treat them as the bad guy. YouTube's the one that's made the mistake and has done the dirty. FTC are just enforcing a law that was already there. And look what they're doing. They're already saying, okay, we know it's going to affect a lot of people. Let's talk about this with the public. They're taking public comment so they can shape and change that rule and law to fit a new world. They understand it's out of date. Okay? So I'm saying that we're going to be okay. Those of you that do make content for the preschool market and for the younger audiences, you are going to fall under COPPA law. But people who are like me, who do adult collector stuff, and like things like the content that I make, isn't necessarily aimed at a young audience. So I think we're in the clear. But again, I'm not a YouTube lawyer. And I'm not a lawyer at all, and I have no lawyer background, and I have no real say in the matter. But I'm just going on what my own opinion is. So make your own opinion with the FTC link down below for the latest update. I'll also leave an update to the YouTube creator channel, which gave us the initial video. And I'll also leave a comment down below, a link down below so you can go to the FTC and leave a public comment on why you think FTC is wrong and how they can shape it for the future. Guys, thank you very much for watching. This is the last video I'm making on FTC and COPPA. I'm not talking about it anymore until something major happens on the 9th. And until we officially know what's happening going into 2020, I'm going to stay quiet now. I've made enough comment about this now, I'm done. It's been the subject of the moment, and it's been the thing that all YouTubers are talking about, so I wanted to make my 2 cents known. I've not been a fearmongerer, I've just been talking real, and I think I'm still talking real to you guys now. What do you guys think? Are you happy about this sort of change, this new clarification? Do you think I'm right? Let me know in the comments down below. Let's have a discussion, because I want them comments to remain there, because I'm an adult-friendly collector. Whee! Sorry, bit giddy. Until next time, guys, may the force be with you. Stay away from YouTube lawyers. Go away, liar!